Good morning, my dear students. Hope you are doing well. Today, we are going to start our reading lesson. It's called HACHIKO. We would read page 146 and 147 together. Enjoy. If we go back to page 140, we would see the comprehension skill facts and opinions. What are facts and opinions? A statement of fact can be proved true or false by reading, observing, or asking an expert. How? Kittens sleep curled up on a sofa. This is a statement of fact and it's true. How can I know that? I can read about the way kittens sleep, I can observe the way they sleep, or I can ask an expert about pets. 2. A statement of opinion is a judgment or belief. It cannot be proved true or false, but it can be supported by facts and logic. How? I think dogs are better pets than cats since they are loyal. This is a statement of opinion or belief. It talks about my likes and dislikes. It means I like dogs more than cats. How did I support it? I supported it with logic since dogs are loyal. Comprehension strategy. Questioning. You will better understand what you are reading if you ask questions about important information before, during, and after you read. So whenever you read, you should write down questions and make a note when you find information that answer your questions. Dear students, we will read page 146 together, then we will stop to answer a few questions about the story's plot. When I was 6 years old, my family moved to a little house in Tokyo near the Shibuya train station. At first, the trains frightened me, but after a while, I grew to enjoy their power and the furious noises they made. One day, I begged Mama to take me to meet Papa as he came home on the afternoon train. She laughed and said, "Kentaro, you have become big and brave, just like a samurai." Together, we walked to the station. It was spring, and the day was clear and cold. There were tiny carts all around the station, selling snacks, newspapers, and hundreds of other things to the crowds of people rushing by. Ladies in kimonos walked carefully, trying to keep their white tabby socks away from the grime of the streets. Businessmen strode about, hurrying home or to catch another train. Mama and I had stopped near the station entrance when I noticed the dog. This is a bunch of questions asked by the teacher after reading page 146. Number 1. What is the setting of the story? The setting of the story is in Tokyo, Shibuya Station, one clear and cold spring day. And these things are circled for you on page 146 just to help you understand the story in a better way. 2. Who is the main character? Page 146. The main character is Kentaro. 3. Determine which statement is a fact and which one is an opinion. If I give you two sentences, A and B, A says, Shibuya Station is in Tokyo. B, you are big and brave. A, Shibuya Station is in Tokyo is a fact. Why? Because it can be proved true or false by searching an encyclopedia or on the internet. And this fact is a true fact. B, you are big and brave. Opinion, because it's a judgment and cannot be proved true or false. Maybe to me he is big and brave, but to others, no, it's an opinion. 4. Cite a statement from the text that helps you see what you are reading. For example, there were tiny carts all around the station selling snacks, newspapers, and hundreds of other things to the crowd of people rushing by. This sentence is found on page 146. Let's turn to page 147. And while reading this page, please pay close attention to the dog's description, Hachiko. He was sitting quietly all alone by a newspaper stand. He had thick cream-colored fur, small pointed ears, and a broad bushy tail that curved up over his back. I wondered if the dog was a stray, but he was wearing a nice leather harness and looked healthy and strong. His brown eyes were fixed on the station entrance. Just then, Papa appeared. He was chatting with an older man. The dog bounded over to the man, his entire body wiggling and quivering with delight. His eyes shone and his mouth curled up into something that looked to me just like a smile. "Ah, Kintaro, you see, Dr. Iono, you are not the only one who has someone to welcome him," said Papa. He introduced us to the older man. "Dr. Iono works with me at Tokyo Imperial University." "What is your dog's name?" I asked timidly. The dog was beautiful, but his sharp face reminded me of a wolf's. I grabbed Mama's kimono and stepped behind her just in case. We are going to answer a few questions after we have read page 147 together. Pick from page 147 few compound words. And remember, we studied about compound words in the spelling. So as you see, newspaper and something are two close compound words. But cream-colored is a hyphenated compound word since it has a hyphen between cream and colored. 2. How can you describe Hachiko? It had thick, cream-colored fur, small pointed ears, and a broad bushy tail. It wasn't a stray since it has a nice leather harness, and it was strong and healthy. It welcomed its owner with delight or happiness. 3. What is the profession, the job, or the career of Dr. Iono, and how did you know that? Dr. Iono was a professor at Tokyo Imperial University. He was the friend of Kentaro's father. I knew that when the father introduced Kentaro to Dr. Iono. What are the meanings of these words in context? If we go to page 146, the third line, you would see sentence number 1, which is, "At first, the trains frightened me, but after a while I grew to enjoy their power and the furious noises they made." What do you think furious means? Furious means the violent and angry noises made by the trains. Sentence number 2. His brown eyes were fixed on the station entrance. It is found page 147, fifth line. What do you think fixed means? Fixed means that the dog kept looking or staring at the entrance since it was waiting for the arrival of its owner. Sentence number 3. I grabbed Mama's kimono and stepped behind her just in case. Page 147, the last line. What do you think kimono would mean? Kimono is a long, loose, traditional Japanese robe tied with a belt.